effect hits you like a wave, a fresh new spin on the news you crave. Turn the page and you'll see the light, a different angle that feels so right. No more waiting for the truth to show. Every story starts to glow. Daily news in a way you didn't know. It's the Taz effect that steals the show. Open your mind, let the colors flow. Daily news in a way you didn't know.
Okay, there we go. Whew. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Thanks for joining me here for the Taz Effect Daily News in a way you did not know you could use. For those listening in over the radio airwaves at gcpr.live, thank you for listening in. And for everyone else listening and watching from all around the social media sphere, hey, how you doing? So glad you could come through. Hey. Time to just jump right on in there. It is Think About Thursday. We got a lot to think about today. Trump's $10 billion IRS settlement talks reveal Trump's huge fear. This is according to analysts. President Donald Trump Sr. has revealed what he fears most with his controversial bid to sue his own IRS for $10 billion. A move political observers have warned is the equivalent to simply looting money from the government, according to an analyst. Trump Sr. filed the suit, claiming that the IRS had failed to secure his personal and confidential information, leading to leaks of his tax returns, which he had promised he would reveal when he was on the campaign trail in 2016, but never did. A federal judge, however, appears to be on the verge of throwing out the suit because it fails to meet the basic standards of a lawsuit, given that Trump controls both sides and there is no apparent case or controversy. Not to mention, it is very, very clear that any time, especially since his first term, Trump decides he wants to sue someone or he has to go into a courtroom, he takes control and he strong arms the attorneys into doing things his way. And he doesn't understand anything. He doesn't know the order of operations to anything. I would not go through everything that it takes to become an attorney to let somebody make me look like to allow someone to make someone allow myself to make me look like a damn fool. Recent reporting indicates the Justice Department is considering a settlement to get Trump what he wants before the order can come down in around a week. How about no? Hey, Mrs. Lyles. How about no? How about we don't do that? But Timothy Noah wrote for the New Republic that this whole episode underscores something the president is terrified of, that one day he will get a real and complete audit of his finances. And that's the thing. Trump knows he's been lying to us, okay? But he wants the lie to withstand, at least while he's still breathing. This is why he is scrambling and trying so hard to use the White House this time around to submit the generational wealth he's proclaimed to have for generations. Hey, Nan Jay. According to Andrew Duran and Alan Foyer of the New York Times, a settlement is in the works that would drop any IRS audits of Trump, his family, or his businesses, wrote Noah. One advantage to this approach is that it would spare Trump having to pretend he'll donate the proceeds to charity. It's a good joke. It's a great joke, Since nobody knows what the penalties from such audits would be, nobody can pinpoint such a settlement's monetary value. Indeed, Noah wrote, it's possible Trump's lawyers want some sort of indemnification against future IRS action akin to the blanket immunity the Supreme Court gifted him in 2024. On the other hand, if the IRS were to audit Trump's tax returns rigorously, the likelihood is he would end up owing quite a lot, wrote Noah. In 2024, the Times calculated that just one of Trump's apparent violations would, if he were held accountable, cost him a penalty in excess of $100 million that we all know he doesn't have. But Trump doesn't care about having to owe people. Trump owes people every single damn day. Okay. Trump doesn't pay his bill. He's ghetto as hell. He does not pay his bills. Okay. He doesn't want people to know how much he's actually worth. He's like that kid that transfers from one school to another that nobody in the community really knows, that pretends to be the rich kid. But when the other rich kids get around him and look at him and go, no, you're not. We can look at you and tell. Then he's like, such and such said that I am. Look at da. There's also a chance that Judge Kathleen Williams could block a settlement from happening at all. But if she throws out the lawsuit altogether, as she seems to be considering, it's not clear anything can stop the IRS from settling with Trump at that point, except possibly another lawsuit brought on behalf of taxpayers arguing that Trump's in violation of the Constitution's emoluments clauses, and in Trump's last term, the Supreme Court sat on emoluments litigation until it died. Here is the thing. I've said this before. Let me say it again. Maybe it'll sink in. There are very, very, very skilled attorneys that were forced out and fired from the Department of Justice. Where y'all at? Hit them up. People of the United States, it is time to countersue Trump. It is time to come together. Y'all love a good class action suit for everything else. Y'all done sued Google how many times? How many of y'all got settlements from the last class action suit from Facebook, from Meta? No, I got one. And how many of y'all attached yourselves to the latest class action suit against Meta? I know I have. Why are we not doing this back to Trump? And every chance you get, you need to make it known everywhere possible, that we, the people, do not owe Trump a dime, and we will not pay a dime. That is not where our taxation should go. We have the right to say that. We have the right to do that. Sue Trump right back. It's about the IRS didn't properly protect his tax returns. If I'm not mistaken, it wasn't the IRS that even leaked the little bit of tax information that we got. So yeah, no. Now, currently Trump is in China. Did you know Elon Musk and Eric Trump are with him? Do you know that members of the Trump regime, yes, I'm going to continue to call it the Trump regime, are trying to control the narrative in China? Trying to keep Chinese journalists at bay, not wanting them to print certain things, not wanting them to ask certain things. Trump's also been warned, like, don't mess with Taiwan. Okay, don't do that. But let's get into all the latest of what's been going on during his trip over to China. For us in the United States, he arrived last night. I saw bits and pieces of it, and Vance is being racist at his little speaking engagement for today. So now we're gonna kind of, I don't want to say rapid fire, but we're gonna go through quite a few updates that have happened since last night. Whew. And I am going to apologize ahead of time. I don't know what it is the past couple weeks, what's going on when it comes to getting towards the end of the week and me just going downhill. But I'm going to try to keep the sneezing to the minimum. Yes, I got medicine in me, but no promises. So Marco Rubio traveled to Beijing despite being under Chinese sanctions. Marco Rubio traveled with Trump Sr. to Beijing despite being under Chinese sanctions in what appears to be a first for a sitting U.S. Secretary of State. When I keep telling y'all that Trump has the ability to consistently make history, y'all were like, no, stop saying that. He does. Y'all have to get out of your mind that somebody making history is always a positive thing. No, no. Hitler, Mussolini, Stalin, Genghis Khan made history. It's okay. Listen, Linda. Listen. Rubio, who was a senator at the time, was sanctioned by China in 2020 over his criticism of its human rights record, especially in the Muslim majority Xinjiang region and the Chinese territory of Hong Kong. The Chinese government has not publicly said that the sanctions have been lifted, but it indicated earlier this year that they would not prevent Rubio from traveling to Beijing for the summit now that he is Secretary of State. Y'all remember that period of time where Marco Rubio stood for something worth standing for? You know, when his shoes fit properly, when he could sleep at night and not have to try to outrun Freddy Krueger and his conscience and the devil in his sleep. You know, when Lucifer Morningstar wasn't nibbling at his soul like a midnight Hispanic charcuterie board. The difference is my job now is no longer just to be a senator. My job is a different job. You got 50 million jobs right now, Rubio. Well, that's what he said in an interview in Beijing with Tom Lamas of NBC Nightly News. I'm the chief diplomat of the country and I execute on the president's foreign policy. You're a chief something. I wouldn't necessarily call you diplomat, but you're chief something. I was thinking piece of shit, but you know. There's been speculation that officials in China got around the sanctions on Rubio by slightly changing the way his name is rendered in Chinese, using a different Chinese character for Lu to represent the first syllable in his last name. Not, you know what? Not even, oh, we can change the rules and let him come over. We got to change his name so don't nobody recognize this who we talking about. You know, I would have just stayed home. I'm going to need this regime to stop playing with people in their countries. I would have stayed home because other countries don't operate the way that we do, and they don't have to. They, yeah. So, China's Xi warns Trump about Taiwan at Beijing summit. At the high stakes summit between the United States and China, Xi called a stable relationship between the two nations good for the world and added that the US and China should be partners, not rivals. Trump also played up his personal relationship with Xi and showered the leader with praise. Does Xi know that he got a personal relationship with Trump? Did anybody tell Xi that? You know what? In private, Xi warned Trump that the most important bilateral issue to China is Taiwan, and that if it's mishandled, the two countries will have clashes or even conflicts, according to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. NBC's Garrett Haake reports for today from Beijing. Trump, let me translate that for you. If you go sticking your fingers in Taiwan and try to pull what you're pulling in Iran and what you pulled in Venezuela, China's going to bitch slap you. China is going to whoop your ass. Not collectively us. You. He's going to take the back of his hand and he's going to whoop real fast right across your face. China would prefer not to take military action against Taiwan, Rubio said in an interview with NBC News, despite Beijing's vow to use force if necessary to gain control over the self ruling democracy it claims as its territory. Mhm. 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 Like I'm a I'm gonna need people to I'm gonna need people to do DJ TJ Harley is not innocent. Beautiful picture though, but Harley is she innocent today. Right now. She run a tight ship over here. Tried to take a break from doing some work earlier. Out there snitching, making me come back to my desk and do some work. Taiwan is one of the most sensitive issues in relations between China and the US, which, like most countries, has no formal relations with the island but is its biggest international backer and arms supplier. During their meeting today, Xi warned Trump that disputes over Taiwan could jeopardize the US China relationship, leading to clashes and even conflict. Excuse me. Okay, okay. Excuse me. All right. Okay, I think that's all right. And Marco Rubio out here talking about why I think that they stop thinking. Members of this regime, you are not, first of all, Trump didn't choose you to think because Trump doesn't think. How about y'all stop thinking? Because when you stop thinking, you stop lying. And we definitely need y'all to do this because y'all are about to bring on World War 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and about 67 more pandemics. Okay. We can't be under attack and on punishment all at the same time because you got to go outside to fight the war. If we get put on punishment, we can't go outside. Not before the street lights come on, not after the street lights come on, not during when the street lights come on. We gonna be on lockdown. We gonna have all of our devices taken from us, and we gonna be sat in the corner. Plus, we're not gonna be able to go outside to play with our little friends. And you want to start a fight? Who gonna help you with the fight? Who gonna help you with the fight? Because the only thing you're gonna be able to do is curl up in the fetal position and pray to every deity, okay? Every deity, every deity. What are you doing? Thank you, DJ. What like I can't. Now, while all of that's happening, in case you didn't know, now you know, Russia, Iran, and the UAE are among countries meeting today in India. I think I know why towards the end of the week I get all stuffy and congested and I start to go downhill as far as not feeling well. It's because everything has been going down like Wednesday night into Thursday morning, which causes my schedule to get all off keel. And I think the weather is off keel too, because the weather is trying to keep up with what's going on too. When Trump and Xi discussed the situation in the Middle East, the Iran war is also the top issue in New Delhi today. Foreign ministries of several countries meet today at the BRICS summit. Okay. The attendees include Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, and United Arab Emirates Deputy Foreign Minister Khalifa Shaheen Al Marar. Sorry, I checked the camera real quick. Y'all know, for those that don't know, that the secondary custodial minion, my oldest daughter, second oldest child, popped up on me the other day. So now every time I hear the chime for the camera, I'm like, oh, please don't tell me it's another child because they've all one by one called me like, oh, well, we were supposed to come, but we had to go to work and we're gonna and yes, my minions still try to kidnap me. So my nerves is all so bad. And before you go, you don't have to let them in. They know how to get me, y'all. They know how to get me because I feel like one of them gonna like put my favorite snack like in front of the camera, and I'm gonna go to get it, and I'm gonna be gone with the wind. So yeah. Do you know how to text? I didn't. Your brother did. It's on your chair. And I didn't know you had a package. Could have said something. What's poppin', Twid? Safe and unimpeded maritime flows through international waterways, including the Strait of Hormuz and the Red Sea, remain vital to global economic well-being. Indian Foreign Minister Subramaniam uh, Jashankar said today. Yes, Trump, stop messing up stuff. Some dye that I need for some merch is stuck on the ship that can't get through. Can y'all look? Trump's an asshole. I get that. Okay, he's a smelly asshole that keeps sticking his finger in all our food and licking the windows and eating paint chips from 1962. I get that. But the rest of us, we just trying to make a living. Okay, we trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. All right. All right. Can you just let our stuff go through? Like nothing. We won't share it with him. I promise you, we won't share with him. And we won't share with none of his people. And before you go, how we know the difference between what's y'all stuff and what's they stuff? They only buy his stuff. Okay. And all they stuff got the smears of orange on it, smears of shit on it, and it smell funny. So if it got a little stench to it, keep it, because that don't go to the rest of us. No stench, that's ours, and we don't share with them. Okay, we don't share with them. Pretty sure they are ground zero for everything: stupidity, impetigo, every pandemic, illiteracy, lack of comprehension. You name it. Yeah, I do answer text. Jeez, oh Pete. Let's see. Meanwhile, Arakshi called on the BRICS nations to condemn what he said was a blatant violation of international law by the U.S. and Israel, because it is. It is. And here's the thing. People who have been appointed positions to these international courts, these international entities, I'm going to need y'all to stop acting as if you were beholden to domestic politics. You're not. You were placed there to supersede. You were placed there for checks and balances. I need y'all to stop acting scared. You don't have an election to win. You're not politicians. You dumb bitches. Nobody's running a campaign for an ambassadorship. I want you to think about that. And the reason is for you. If all else fails, if everything else fails in every other country, even if your country is screwing up, these things were set up for you to be the conscience, for you to be the voice of reason, for you to stand up against everything else, and for those people to stand up with you. So I'm going to need all of these entities to stop acting scared. And once again, I'm going to need y'all to take accountability. Y'all know, I tell y'all, okay? My representation, they know who I am, okay? Either in an amicable way or thorn in their side way. They know who your girl is. We done talked about this. And internationally, oh yeah, I write letters to The Hague, especially now. Like, do you see what's going on? How much more information do you need? You need more videos, you need more pictures. Here are some direct quotes of what's been said. These are the lies that have been told. I've even looked up international law and sent them attachments to how this regime is breaking it. What are you doing? Are you letting them know, hey, woohoo, guess what? Here is the smoke signal, smoke signal, smoke signal, smoke signal. Come save us. Because it is very clear Scotty is not beaming us up. Okay? The Starship Enterprise said, we fool, we ain't got no room. And our mama said, we can't have no company tonight. So Scotty, no. Okay? E.T. said he was phoning home for himself and himself only. E.T. said he done with sleepovers. He don't want nobody else. Alf, I don't think y'all want to eat. Well, some of y'all probably want to eat cat for life, but I don't think y'all want to go on the planet with Alf either. So there's that. So and Martian Manhunter ain't showed up. So are you gonna ask for help or no? Or are we still going to keep to our marketing and going, we're from America, we can save ourselves. We the biggest and the baddest. It's bigger in America. We got the guns and we're going to save ourselves. Because for all of y'all clamoring to hold on to the Second Amendment, because don't tread on me, and if the government gets out of hand, we going to put them back where they need to be. You ain't put shit back yet. Hey, woohoo! Holly getting back from work. Get it, girl. She bring home the bacon fried up in the pan. Cause she's the one. Yeah. Now, I have joked because currently Trump's presidential library has been a website for quite a few years with pretty much no plans to expanding it past that. The only thing that was close to something like that, there was like a little bar in New York that had some of his memorabilia in it, right? So I guess now that the Obama library is opening, Trump has decided, he should open his presidential library. I don't know how big he needs it to be because what's he going to fill it with? Old Hustler magazines, old Playboys with the cum stains still sticking pages together? I would say some pop-up books, but I don't even think he's advanced enough to even read a pop-up book. But Miami residents are suing to stop Trump's presidential library from taking prime waterfront plot. I love a good book. Y'all know that. Okay. A good chunk of all of my platforms is literature. Writing literature, reading literature, discussing literature, history books, reference books, all of that. Okay. Showing people where to find credible references online, you name it. Would it be nice to take a little vacation, sit at a nice, beachside property, a little waterfront location, do some reading, do a little research? Yes. Should that be the location of a damn library? No. No, because let's be realistic. How much work are you going to get done in the midst of a slice of paradise? It needs to fill it with mashed potatoes. Yeah. It's all tweets and truths. Yeah. So, a group of Miami residents sued yesterday in an effort to prevent Trump Sr.'s presidential library from occupying a prime piece of waterfront property in the city. The lawsuit argues that state officials violated the Constitution when they transferred the downtown property for the library, which Trump Sr. has teased as a towering skyscraper. Specifically, the suit says Florida officials violated the Emoluments Clause, which says sitting presidents cannot accept gifts or advantages from any state and goes beyond their fixed salary. Yeah. And here's the thing, Trump is he's stuck on that old school, I gotta have a skyscraper in my name. That's a sign of I made it. That's so dated. It is so dated. It's no different than the old folks that ain't been out to a club in a while and go out to the club and they're dressed like it's their prom night. Where yes, there was a point in time where people went to clubs completely dressed to the nines, like they were going out into a business. No. Yeah, we know it's not gonna be any books written by black people or women. Okay. Now, this next update, watch your mouth. Remember, I report the news. I don't make the news. Don't get too comfortable with this shit. House launches bipartisan effort to combat sexual misconduct on Capitol Hill. I know. Too little, too late. I know all of that. I'm here to tell you whatever you don't like about it, call your representatives, call your senators, call your governors, call your mayor, call the Lord. I don't know. The House has launched a bipartisan effort aimed at combating sexual misconduct on Capitol Hill. Do I believe it? No, because I still remember the gay porn that was created on Capitol Hill. The effort will be spearheaded by the Republican and Democratic Women's Caucuses, which are led by Representatives Kat Kamick, Republican out of Florida, and Teresa Leger Fernandez, Democrat out of New Mexico, respectively. Their goal will be to identify potential reforms and solutions to make the workplace a safer environment for staff. So, in other words, you see the attention and the names being people are making off of the Epstein/Maxwell case. You didn't get in on that, so now you want to pick this up because you bitches should have already been protecting yourselves up there. And yes, I do mean to call them bitches. Because what would you call me if I sat back and watched woman after woman after woman after woman after woman and man after man after man after man be sexually harassed, coerced, assaulted, and said nothing? But now that it's trendy and I could rise from the shadows, now I want to speak up. What would you call me? Because I'm tired of these near bald headed, busted body bitches popping up out of nowhere. All of a sudden, they got a conscience and they want to fight for the people. No. A true advocate, a true ally sees what's going on and immediately speaks up about it. You don't sit there and ride the wave until there's no more of the wave for you to ride. See, it reminds me of the people when we were coming out of COVID lockdown the last time on TikTok that views were going down for people, and under the original creators fund people weren't making as much money because people were able to go outside again. So you weren't having people getting up and being able to spend their whole day consuming content, and people who were on live for hours at a time that could pull down $1,000 in a day because people were sitting, they didn't have nothing else to spend money on. A lot of people had their rent suspended for a while, or people were paying it forward and paying people's rents or whatever. So people have so then they decided, I'm going to expose my bestie. I'm going to expose this person that I was friends with. And I would always ask them, if that person has been so heinous and you're saying this goes back years of them being ain't shit, why were you so close to them until now? So while they was being ain't shit and they was telling you they wasn't shit, because you said you got all this information from them. You got text messages, you got emails, so that means y'all was talking about it. What you mean? I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. One thing for certain, two things for sure when it comes to me. One, can't nobody say no foul stuff about you in my presence because I'm going to immediately call you and tell you, text you and tell you about it because I want the deets. Are you like this person said? And why do you think that you cool enough with me to talk shit about somebody I'm close to? Number one. Number two, the moment I find out that you are not who you presented yourself to me to be, baby, we're done. That doesn't mean I'm going to automatically expose you in public because everything doesn't need that. But we're done. We're done. You gonna look up and you won't see me. You gonna look for me and I'll be going. And you better keep it cute. You better keep it cute because this new iteration of Taz will expose you. I will. If you think that you're gonna save your neck by trying to get out and talk crap on my name and you want to lie, like, well, if I take down her credibility, I can stop. Baby, I'm coming and I'm coming with everything. Like I say, it can stay between the two of us. There are some exceptions to that rule. If I find out that you out here hurting kids, yes, immediate exposure. I'm not keeping that secret. That's not a secret to me. That is worldwide breaking news, okay? If you out here is stealing from people's grandmas and grandpa, yes, I'm exposing you. Like I said, there's caveats to it. There's caveats to it. But no, we're not. I'm not going to sit back and watch somebody continuously do people dirty and do the worst of things. And I'm going to be quiet until either they turn on me or I can't benefit from it. No, absolutely not. I have been able to sustain and be all right. Everything ain't always been rosy, but I've been all right because of the codes in which I live my life by. I'm a firm believer that not all money is good money and not all folks is good folks. And if I got to take a beat and have a little bit of heartbreak because I got to end a friendship or I got to cut family off, I would rather do that. Did it before, we'll do it again. Doesn't take in humanities, German, and biology in college. And they're whooping my tail. Biology is easier. German isn't really. German really isn't that hard. Well, I shouldn't say that because I learned German conversationally at first, and then through traditional education because my grandfather spoke German. But biology is easier. Just gotta woosah, take it in as you take it in. And I'm gonna say something. Some people might find it controversial, but it is true. You'll learn and you'll pick up when to block out the teacher in class because sometimes you need to do that because you will start to figure out how you learn the best. Because even to this day, sometimes I have to block out the teacher, still take my little notes and go back and learn things how I need to learn it because I'm very visual. And once I write it down and read it back, I got it. But you got this, Heidi. You got it. And we're here to help. Okay. So according to Trump, Xi has offered to help reach a deal with Iran. Trump said in an interview with Fox News host Sean Hannity, that fat bad, you know what? Don't do that. You're better than that. Am I better than that? I don't think I am. Don't say nothing about that man, Sean Hannity, but he always got something to say about me. Two things. Say two things. Two things about him, and then we're going to move on with the story. Okay. Sean Hannity's big triple wide trailer park adjacent built self needs to stop talking about thoughts and prayers because we can see him and we can tell that he eats thoughts and prayers. He does not give them out. He has the moral compass that was attached to the Titanic that drove it into the damn iceberg. It ain't never worked. Sean Hannity is impetigo if it escaped from a lab and grew arms and legs. Sean Hannity is what happens when a venereal disease is birthed instead of a baby. Okay, that was more than two, but I earned it. There we go. And Sean, stop reporting my shit. It's not my fault your mama took it up the booty hole and gave birth to you out the esophagus. Take it up with her. Dig her up. Flip her over. I don't know what to tell you. Get a Ouija board. Communicate with her through there. Dig something up in a garden and breathe life into it. I'm pretty sure her soul is trapped in there. I don't know. But leave me alone because I can't remind you of her. My brain matter is in my head. And it works. Fat bitch. Sloppy Bill backwoods bitch. Booty meat belly bitch. Okay, that got really personal. Y'all just let me do it. Okay. Let's check one more. No. Mm. He looked like what happens when you don't fully cook the pig at the pig roast. to just run off the skewer down the street. What in the zombie barbecue is that? You know what? Not so attracted to What's poppin', twin? Speaking of which, do not forget tomorrow for Fun News Friday, we're going to have another crossover. We're going to have the lovely co host of Porch of No Judgment join as we have some fun with the news tomorrow because it makes sense. They be porching and no porching and judging. And so. Okay, so where was that? Oh, he's talking to Sean Hannity. Look, anybody that buys that much oil has obviously got some kind of relationship with him, Trump said in a clip from the sit down. But he said, I would love to be a help if I could be of any help whatsoever. He'd like to see the Hormuz Strait open. He would like for you to shut the F up, Trump. See, what happened was we wasn't going to stop you anyway. I see. Shit, y'all. Like Trump, they want you to Jesus Christ on a motorbike. Okay. Whew. Oh, so Vance gave a speech today about fraud. It's ironic. It's so ironic. Don't forget to tell Jen, Angry. It's so ironic. But today Vance says he sometimes gets frustrated with Senator Susan Collins, but he believes she's doing a good job. We get frustrated with you and you ain't clocked in yet. Like, how are you a wish.com drag queen that got a problem with the LGBTQIA plus community? How have you been able to impregnate couches and chaise lounges 11 times faster than you can your wife? Mm, I don't I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So, in case you didn't know, there was a wild dedication ceremony that was led by a pastor. And what were they dedicating? Trump's giant gold statue. RFK Jr. has decided that minors should just be able to unrestricted use tanning beds. Trump wants to paint the Eisenhower building granite. He wants to paint the granite of the Eisenhower building. Remember the disastrous flood in Texas? They're already opening up the camps, the summer camps, even though there's still bodies of children that are still missing. FEMA is like, oh no, we answered the phones during those floods. Survey says, according to phone records, that's a lie. Yeah, none of that. Yeah, really. Yeah, I wish there. When I sit and put together like what I'm gonna talk about on this show versus what needs a standalone video that goes into like the playlist and everything else, I'm like, are people gonna think I'm making this up? Especially given that I do scour a bit to see like who's talking about certain things, who's not, because if something has already been saturated, if somebody has people have already broken something down by so many different levels and I feel like they've covered everything, there's really no need for me to do it again. I'll just share, you know, who's done a great job, okay? Um like when there's like incredible breaking news where shoot somebody got an expose and everybody's just using that broadcast or that article, really not point. But a lot of times the rabbit holes that I go down, not too many people, if anybody's talking about it, and I'm just like, this real, yeah. And what's even funnier is when I call certain people to verify certain aspects or get somebody to explain something to me because it's outside of my area of expertise, it's outside of my scope. And they're like, what do you mean? And I have to direct them. And I try to be careful because I don't want other people's like search history to be as janky as mine. Because I promise you, when my day comes, whoever is tasked with going through my don't go through my search history. Just first of all, take in the amount of tabs I have open on a daily basis that I work from pretty much daily. Just stick there. But you know what, Annabelle? It's not even the state. I can't even blame the state or even politicians for the move regarding reopening certain things and all of bodies not being found because politicians have said things to these private entities, these private companies like, hey, don't y'all think y'all should take more time? Maybe, you should let us finish up this or yeah. As much as I would love to blame Hot Wheels McGee, can't. That's why I didn't go into too much detail because that story right now in Texas is one of those where I cannot, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I can't be partial. I cannot be impartial. Sorry, that's what I meant. I cannot be impartial. I can't. And I'm always honest with y'all when I honestly cannot just bring you the facts, that I cannot just lay the facts out to you all and then give my commentary outside of it, that every bit of everything that I'm going to tell you will be 100% my feelings, my emotions, and I'm just keeping it real with you. I cannot be impartial regarding how those summer camps that are financed, attended by and attended to and worked as campers for the most part from affluent white families, how they're doing this. When I keep telling y'all that white folks hate white folks more than they hate anybody else, that they don't give a damn about each other and that they will throw each other under the bus and they will send the siblings, the best friends, the cousins, the nieces and nephews, the aunts and uncles of those babies to those camps and play up the trauma that they forced them to endure. And outside of the news show, my blog, on Patreon, where I talk more about my view of the world, I will go into detail on that if you want me to, about how I view it. But in regards to just giving you raw facts about it and sticking to those facts, I can't. Just like the whole David case and him, and I know we're supposed to say allegedly, but everything stacks up to show that he murdered that girl at 14. I can't discuss it and be impartial. I cannot just mm-mm. So, just being honest. I'm human just like everybody else. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm stoic and that I can just like a teleprompter just read and I know my limits. Yep. The camp lobbied Texas Congress to zone the area so the camp can open. But yep, they certainly did. And they moved it slightly uphill. Slightly. Yep. Now, a judge has ruled that the Trump administration can keep seized, aka stolen, 2020 election ballots. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You heard that right. You heard that right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Now, with that, we're gonna take a little pause for the cause for this month's ad. After the ad runs, darlings, we'll come back. We'll get into this article and we'll open up the phone lines. Do keep in mind we're going to keep it no more than 3 minutes per caller. Okay? Okay. Here we go.
tazismscom. Find what shows who you are. Go on and kiss the fish. Reveal the mendacity. I'm an educated black man, Percy the Parson Pimp, living life on my own terms, with a rhythm in my step. Find your place at tazismscom. Let your true colors show who you are. Go on and kiss the fish, feel the groove, tazziness in the moves you prove. Navigate through the scene, living bold and living keen. Percy style, a sight to see with a cool philosophy. Find your place at tazismscom. Let your true colors show who you are. Go on and kiss the fish, feel the groove, tazziness in the moves you prove. tazismscom. Let your true colors show who you are. Go on and kiss the fish, feel the groove, tazziness in the moves you prove.
Yeah. Hold on. Yes, Annabelle. The camps, it's plural, lobbied to reopen and reopen when and how they did. So, mhm. Yipper. Hold on. Mhm. And for those wanting to call in with a question or give your own commentary, like I said, we're going to limit it 3 minutes per call. You can call in at 773-695-8350. That number once again is 773-695-8350. So back to 2020 election ballots. A judge on May 6th ruled that the Department of Justice can keep possession of 2020 election ballots seized during an FBI search in January, a victory for President Donald Trump Sr.'s administration as it pursues the president's false claims of widespread voter fraud. I don't know why he can't let this go. Hey, Inferno, I don't know why he can't let this go because let's face it, he's more concerned about this than the alleged, what has been sold to us as assassination attempts. He's more ticked off than that about this election fraud than people trying to take his life, allegedly, supposedly. And it's like, dude, you're in the office now. And if you claim, okay, let's pretend to agree with Trump, okay? Let's say there was rampant fraud and the election was his. Then what? He doesn't get another term. He doesn't get another term. What do we do? What do we do? Do we let him continue out this term? And then because technically he won the previous election, do we null and void the election results and we just automatically allow Kamala Harris to be the next president, the 48th president? Like what do we go from here? Because it's not like he's fighting this from sitting at home and not elected, like, hey, fighting this during the Biden administration, going, hey, this was the case, unseat him and put me in the place. You're back in the office. Inferno, he's always known that he's a loser. He's been a loser his whole life. He's not won at anything. That's why he always has a lie and a narrative to pull out his pocket to cover for it. He's been accepted it. That's why he lies the way that he does. You ever met someone? Now, Tales from Frankfort, Kentucky. Here we go. I'm telling you, it's a cornucopia. I've got something for pretty much every situation from when I lived there. But now, this family was from well, they lived in Corbin, Kentucky for a little bit, and they lived from an even smaller area for most of the kids' time growing up. Okay. So this is a family that's always lived in smaller areas, smaller towns, smaller cities, etc. Me coming in, you could tell like they were chomping at the bit because they're like, oh, she doesn't know. We can sell her any story about us because she doesn't know. That's what Trump looks for. Trump looks for, oh, I've left New York. They don't know. The other people don't know the truth about me. Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We can see through the facade. You know how people say that the closet door is glass? Yeah. All of Trump's doors are glass. The glass is just a little dirty, but we can still see through it. He knows that he fails at everything. That's why his ego is so fragile. That's the thing. People think that a fragile ego is because somebody that people around them have consistently gone, oh no, you're a winner. You're a win. No, they see their failures. They don't want you to see it. They don't want you to acknowledge it. There's a reason why Trump wanted Biden gone. And he was very, very hopeful that they did not replace Biden with another man. Trump is a bully and he still sees women as being lesser and women as being easy to defeat. And he does know one thing above all else. At its core, the United States is still very misogynistic. Very misogynistic. Because I want you to think about something. The United States sets itself up to never really truly respect women because you want women to be feminine, but but to take a woman in power seriously, she needs to be in a power suit, a pants power suit, as if they don't make dresses and skirt suits. Okay. But then when she wears these pants and everything, oh, that's too masculine. Oh, don't wear too much makeup. Oh, she ain't got enough makeup on. Oh, she didn't put no makeup on. Like, oh, she too pretty to be this. Oh, she too ugly to be this. It's always too much, too much, too much. Because let's face it, there are people that said that they wouldn't vote for Hillary Rodham Clinton, not because of qualifications, not because of anything else. And we're going to take the conspiracy theories off the table, but because her husband cheated on her. They felt that she wouldn't do a good job because her husband cheated on her. And a lot of these same people say that Bill Clinton did a great job as president. But because he cheated on Hillary, that means that she can't be good at her job. Mm, mhm. But no, Trump knows it. He's below average. He knows that he's full of shit. This is why he talks a big game. This is why he postures so much. And this is why he enjoyed the rally so much, because there were people who were willing to lie to his face and tell him he was the goodest boy ever. When people are protecting their egos, I say this all the time. Let me put it to you like this. In order to lie, you have to know the truth, because you have to know what you're lying about. Let me repeat that for you. In order to lie, you have to know the truth. Like, we get it when people go, you can't know happiness without knowing sorrow. You cannot know when something you know when something feels good, because you know when something feels pain, when something feels painful. You have to know the truth to lie about it. That's why I said the newer generations that we have of white supremacists, they are the first generations to actually believe the tropes and the rhetoric that they're spewing, because their parents and grandparents failed them. They didn't let them in on the lie. They didn't tell them that it was a lie. This is why you have so many people getting so upset when you correct them. I want you to think back, especially Gen X. I want you to think back to when you were younger. I want you to think back to the reactions that racists would have if you told them no. Okay, they just pull something else out of their back pocket to tell you, because they knew the lie, they knew the truth. So on the fly, they could come up with other things to try to poke at you, poke at you, poke at you. Nowadays, they're falling apart because they don't know the truth. So they don't know how to properly protect it with a lie. I mean, think about the days of Sally Jesse Raphael, Phil Donahue. You know, when they bring the racist out and the audience would stick it to them and ask them about, the people would be cool as a cucumber. They wasn't getting up trying to shoot up the whole place. They, what you talking about? You know what? You jigaboo butter and nigga. Knew the truth that they were protecting with lies. They knew. If you think I'm joking, let me put it to you like this. You ever encounter somebody that you can tell they don't know that their partner has been cheating on them? And somebody insinuates that cheating might be going on. And they're like, they want to save face, but they can't. They don't know what to say to save face in that moment. So they just get mad and lash out. That's what's happening. Also, again, for any questions or to add your own commentary, you will be limited to 3 minutes. Phone lines are open at 773-695-8350. Um, oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, this one was mm, first of all, I don't know why. But know how many times and how many ways this man has to tell people that he's not Christian, but I guess I don't. Donald Trump's religious post gets negative reaction from Americans. I think you should just be like, President Donald Trump Sr. is reportedly facing public backlash over his recent religious social media post, with a new Washington Post, ABC News Ipsos poll showing overwhelming disapproval across party lines. The survey reveals that even his core supporters rejected the AI photo he shared that appeared to show him as Jesus Christ. Yes, we've talked about this, but what we didn't talk about was the Washington Post, ABC Ipsos poll. Everybody is joining forces, okay? Like the Voltron of polling systems, okay? But here's the thing. Ugh. Excuse me. Oh, okay. I did that off camera because I accidentally poked myself in the glasses. Thank goodness I wear glasses. Um, but Trumplicans always try to act as if, they go from Trump says it plain. He's like nobody else to let me explain to you what he meant. You don't understand. You don't. Trump fans, Nicki Minaj fans, and Taylor Swift fans, I think they all share the same damn brain. Okay, because they all got the same talking points. But they're like, oh, no, 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 no. That's not what happened. We love him. This is what we. No, you don't. No, you don't. Once again, I told y'all before that they will say one thing online and live a whole different life outside of online. Trump has an interesting fan base. I'm not going to say voter base because the vast majority of people who claim to be MAGA don't vote Republican or don't vote at all. It's a grift. It is a union of grifters. 87% of Americans viewed the AI post of Donald Trump negatively, according to the Washington Post ABC News Ipsos poll. Among 2024 Trump voters, 80% disapproved, as did 79% of Republicans. Trump later deleted the photo following accusations of blasphemy from religious conservatives. He defended the post by saying he believed it showed him similar to a doctor or Red Cross worker. Now, remember, I told y'all previously, just a few minutes ago, thank you, Dada J, that there was a dedication by a pastor of a gold statue of Trump at one of Trump's golf courses. Let us not forget that during Trump's first term at a CPAC event, they were posing with a gold Trump statue. So, yes, the vast majority of them are against him doing this. But it is that minority that keep putting the battery back in his back. And before you go, but Taz, it's just a small amount. It's the minority, like you said, it doesn't matter. The minority with the thought process of Hitler drove us into a world war, and multiple families no longer exist on this mortal because of it. People are very rarely intimidated or afraid of the majority, but they are always historically afraid of the minority. And before you go, no, Taz, that's not true. That's not how numbers work. To this day, one of the factors keeping white supremacy alive is the fear that white supremacists have that the domestic minority, black folks, want revenge. They've always been looking over their shoulders, terrified This is why they wanted to brutally beat us and everything else. This is why MAGA has never been the silent majority. They've always been a small amount. This is why I've been telling y'all since the beginning. If you go back, roll the tape. I've been saying this. They are the minority and they are getting what they want because they are the most vocal. They pulled off a self coup for Trump, aka the insurrection. By every definition, it's a self coup. They've threatened people. They've shot people. They've burned houses. They've tossed out Molotov cocktails. They've dropped bombs off at people. It is the minority. It's the smaller numbers that are fearful because you don't know where you're going to find the numbers. You can see the large numbers because you can see the vastness. You know where they're at. They can't hide. When it's small numbers, when it's a minority, you don't know where they're popping out at. You don't know what they're capable of. And because the minorities are generally ignored for so long and not taken seriously, by the time you start to take them seriously, they've infiltrated damn near everything. They're like the cockroaches. Oh, here we go. Good afternoon. You are live on the Taz Effect.
Hey, Taz, how we doing, honey?
Hey.
Hey. First off, I want to apologize for sucking all the air out the room last week. I did not mean to do that.
You did not suck all the air out. You're fine.
Okay. And two, I wanted to somehow reach Thomas, and I know this may be the most efficient way to do it. I just wanted to put my opinion in. I'm not looking to change anything. I'm not looking to change any outcome.
Mhm.
I'm just looking to put Thomas's mind at ease.
Okay.
What happened yesterday is that every step of the way, he says, "Oh no, I can't read this. I can't read this." He asked the audience for permission. We were putting in the chat, read it, read it, read it. I know I was there. I was edging him on. So he cannot, under any circumstance, put that on him when he asked the audience what they want. They told him what they wanted. He gave them what they wanted, and some got oogied out. That's not his fault. And I still think that letter was BS, but that's just me. I just wanted him to, not be so hard on himself. First off, he's human. You're not going to have a perfect show all the time. Everyone lays an egg, and yesterday was his turn. Everyone gets a turn at laying an egg. Yesterday was his turn. We move on. We let it go. We move on. Make like Elsa, we're going to let it go. But it wasn't his fault because we were edging him on. How could it be his fault? Well, we were saying, read it. The audience got to take responsibility. We were the ones typing, read it. Anyway, what's your opinion on that?
You are correct. After the show, I kind of got caught up on what occurred. I had to duck out of the show a little bit early before it ended because I had a meeting that I had to attend, a planning meeting for distribute the medicine.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no idea what was going on. I did get in the group chat a message from him saying that he was deleting yesterday's show. I just thought, maybe sometimes technical difficulties get so bad, you're just like, do I really want to put this out here for people to watch again? That's what I thought. And hearing what happened, I'm gonna be brutally honest with everybody. There are some audience members that are only audience members of The Sound of Coffee that seem to have a control kink. They try intentionally to put Thomas in positions like yesterday, to try to control how the show goes, how he reacts, and tries to make him feel bad. That's manipulation to the umpteenth level. Um, I sit back, I watch a lot. This is why I tell people, just because you don't see me comment does not mean that I'm not there, does not mean that I'm not watching. Um, I'm pretty much always there. But I've
Can I
no.
interrupt you just for a second,
Go ahead.
please? Okay. Is the same person that making Thomas feel bad is the same person that every time you get a compliment, they're having a crisis?
Yes.
Oh.
And I'm going to
Oh no, that's not fair.
I'm
That's
going to say something. And I know some people don't get weirded out, y'all, but from time to time, and I've said this since the very first platform I had. From time to time, I run social experiments.
Mm-hmm.
And this past week, I've run one. I kind of let y'all in on that I was running one the other day when I said that if someone did not stop something, that I would expose them. The very next day, that person showed up in my comment section trying to be very friendly, very familiar. But I have sat back and I've watched and I have set certain traps. I've said certain things in a certain way on purpose because I've watched and I'm like, okay, I want to see if this is truly an issue, if I'm being paranoid, or if this person has something else up their sleeve. And it's also why, and I'm never coming from a vicious place, but there's sometimes people say things or share things that's beyond our capacity. So that's why I shared like the website for free therapy, because we're not therapists. We can't fix you. As much as we love and respect people who follow us and watch and listen, we're not therapists. And if you're
They're fucking with
consistently,
Thomas, and I'm not having it.
yeah, and it's like if you're consistently having all of these issues, no. And as somebody who openly discusses now, that's comfortable enough to talk about anxiety and depression and what I go through and where I can go, and because there are people like, oh, I would love to meet you, and I'm like, okay, but like I've said, we got to do this in small batches of groups, and then we can get to, yeah, we can all get together in one place. For me, to if you're having a panic attack, you're not going into a Discord putting a dissertation out there. um you're not going to be a minor and adults are reaching out to you to say they no longer want to be here. It doesn't make any sense. And you can't live in a country with impeccable health care that gives stipends for minors and claim that you're always up against it. There's too many inconsistencies, and being offended, it's weird because I pointed out, I said my Discord and Thomas's Discord, and I love the Discord. I'm glad that I started because things used to be jumping over on Signal, but then it got infiltrated by some trolls and we kind of lost what we had on Signal, but we're gaining it over on Discord, which I love. People feel comfortable. The things that we say all day there. And when I found out, oh, you're offended by that, and the Yo Mama joke, the Yo Mama joke's been there since he started the Sound of Coffee. Like at some point, at some point you gotta
hurt people.
Yeah, at some point you gotta stop. And some things are organic. Some things are organic. Yeah. Some things people can bond over. Like Thomas, way to go, Angry, and I bond over making music and cracking jokes, making the music with for one another at one, going back and forth, and empowering each other through funny songs and stuff like that. Trying to break into that, you can't. Also, you can't be a better version of somebody else. I was at it, and I just found this out. I was looking for something else and found the date that I officially started on the Villains View. I didn't realize it was so close to my birthday, but the very first time I appeared as a co host on the Villains View was April 27th of last year. I was not the first woman on the Villains View. I didn't go in trying to be that person. I knew exactly who she was. We were friends for a period of time. I came in.
We talking chaos.
I came in to be myself, and fortunately, it meshed and it worked. It's still working. Hopefully, it works for a long time. If it doesn't, and my time comes to an end, I hope the next person it meshes and it works and it does great. But could you imagine if I came in trying to be somebody else?
The fact that someone else is trying to control the narrative of the sound of coffee, to me, I am so angry, I'm shaking. I want to hit somebody. I seriously want to cause physical harm to another human being that's causing tallness and the rest of the coffee beans such strike. The fact that me simply leaving the house is a production in itself is what's keeping me here. But no, we need the mama jokes. We need the we call them strawberry letters where he's reading. Give a warning if you don't want to listen. You can leave this part. Come back when it's over. But he can't be given up by changing the show. He's forfeiting his power as the DJ, as the host, as the head of this program. And one thing, when you are tending to a bar, if you are the bartender, your job is to stay sober because you're the one that has the power. He needs to take his power back. Stop being this has nothing to do with him. There's nothing to do with him, and this is about these little minions biting at his feet because he's got something they want. He's got people that love him. He's got a studio. He's got his own radio show. He's got a successful YouTube channel. They want that. And instead of putting these horrible troll messages in the chat, they're gonna go incognito. Look, I'm one of the coffee beans. I'm sensitive. I need to be taken care of. Would you help protect me? But underneath, the mission, destroy this man. I'm sorry. That's just base GCPR, XYZ Studios, whatever.
But no, I completely agree with you. And yes, there are a lot of people that Mrs. Lyles, yes, they your mama jokes get people through and a lot of things. And given the topics that have been discussed throughout GCPR, and nobody's forced to listen to any of our shows. Nobody's forced to watch any of our shows. You can tune out at any point in time if you feel uncomfortable or things get too heavy. I love all of the people on GCPR radio, but there are times that some of the subject matter that they are discussing is too much for me. So I gracefully bow out. I don't get together in a staff meeting and bash them or tell them that they need to change things. No, I am responsible for knowing when something is too much for me. Just like I just said today on my own show, that, hey, there are times that I cannot, in good faith, just give you all the facts of the matter. I'm going to be honest and tell you, hey, this is above me. I cannot be impartial. Or sometimes I just won't be impartial because of my feelings regarding certain things. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll tell you, if you want to know my view on it, where you can find it. You don't have to go there and you don't have to view it. At some point, You cannot argue with the government about your autonomy if you're going to give over your autonomy to a damn radio host. And I'm not reducing Thomas or any of us to that, but that is the bare minimum. That's the facts. If you're going to allow us to dictate your life that much, turn us off. Turn us off. If we have that much control over you, turn us off.
Your presence here is not required for us to have a show. That's why I tell people that leave comments, horrible comments on my feed. Your presence here is not required.
Sure.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here because I know that you only said 3 minutes, and I think we're into 20-minute range.
We're getting close, but I'm going to gonna break this down real quick for Inferno and a few other people, and then I'm gonna do some housekeeping stuff. But as always, thank you for calling in.
Thank you, honey.
Alrighty, bye.
I would say stay sweet, but that's always you.
Oh,
Anyway.
thank you.
Bye, honey.
Alrighty, bye. Okay. No, Inferno, there was a story that involved something being put into food. Okay. I'm gonna say something and some people might get offended. I don't care. There's always gonna be somebody that gets offended by something. There was a viral story that was going around TikTok and Reddit. It was a Reddit story. Now there are some people who contend that it was a fake story. Because the story did detail police reports and everything else. Oh, okay, hold on. You are live on the Taz Effect.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. I just want to tell you, you're doing a great job here, Secretary.
Your other phone is reverberating into the call. Thank you. I'm glad, Sugar Lump, that you think I'm doing a good job.
I talked to that Thomas guy. I just tell him he's a great guy. He should keep up the good work that he's doing here on GCPR. There's none other like him. And could you do me a favor before you get off the air today, ma'am? Could you play that banger by that Mr. Chaos King there for me?
Banger by Mr. K. Okay. Alrighty. I got you.
All right, Sugar Tits. Love you to death.
Thank you for calling. Bye. I cannot. You know what? Okay. I'm finding it. But like I said, there was a story of you may have heard it, young lady out at a bar with her boyfriend, friends of her boyfriend. One of the friends was like, "Oh, be careful or you'll eat up the whole bar." Boyfriend gets upset, and the girlfriend's like, "Why are you getting so upset?" Come to find out, the boyfriend was skeet doodly dootin' in jars, and then hooking up with men and have them skeet doodly doo in jars, and he was putting it in her shampoo, her skincare, her makeup, her food, you name it. She found out, she was grossed out, went through all of the things. This was something that was discussed all over the place. This even opened up other dialogues. There were lives about it, all sorts of things. Okay. No one got them to behave. Nobody got offended by that. We have talked about far worse. Thomas has talked about being coerced as a child. as a young adult, as a man, all of these things. Nobody offended. I want to say this. Um, I'm going to, because I wrote down the time in the show. We start discussing it because I want him to see your comments, but I want you to go into the Discord, show him some love and some support. Um, how can I say this? Um, I want you to realize that sometimes you fall back into your indoctrination. And when I talk about deconstructing, I'm not necessarily talking about just deconstructing from racism because there's a lot to deconstruct from. But some people are way too comfortable in being the default damsel in distress. And just like we talk about weaponizing tears and different things, you cannot weaponize your discomfort. Um, when different people, I just call y'all family, when different family members are discussing, going to brunch with their mothers or different things, there are those of us that no longer have our mothers. We don't get offended and complain and go, "Oh my God, we can't. We're not going to talk about." Blah, 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 blah. I've shared far worse. If you weren't offended sitting here as we discussed super gonorrhea and everything else, how, every morning Thomas does a great job of taking it on the chin. As he talks about days when he's not doing the best and people refuse to read the room and dump on him. He tells y'all every single day he is not a journalist. He does not give the news, but he does his best to try to navigate through and give y'all accurate information when you ask him about stuff that he tells you isn't in his wheelhouse. And what is in his wheelhouse, you want to take away from him. So let me explain something, okay? I am a very feral little sister. You can get the hee hee haw haw with him, or you can get the cussed out into the ground where I become your 13th through 3000th reason why. Okay? So you better go kiss the boo boo, give him a hug, send him a sweet treat, and say you sorry. Oh my goodness, why is my hand swollen? He always makes me smile. He makes my mornings less daunting. I wish I knew ways to help get him to not say that. Say it in his Discord and tag him. When you go and say it, tag him. Okay? It's called giving him his flowers. Hey, you know what? Find a nice little picture of some flowers or a gif of it and put it up there. Or some red velvet sweet treats. And put your sweet message over there. Don't tell him I told you to do it, okay? Don't do it. If he asks you why you did it, just say you just want to tell him, okay? Don't tell him I sent you over there. Okay? Because he gonna think that I bullied y'all into doing it. All right? Are we in agreement? Okay, that did come off as a little bullying. Um, hey Harley. Harley Pup. Hey, sweet girly pop. Um, yes. So I told the people they got to be nice to Thomas. Okay. Now, if the people nice to Thomas, we'll give them a video. Okay. Harley said if y'all go say nice things to Thomas, she'll give y'all one video. One video. Can we get two? Okay. Just one. I tried to negotiate two. She said y'all asking for too much. Okay. All right. We're gonna go. Hold on. Quit. No, do not hit the thing on the chair to make me go down. I'm not the one that hurt his feelings. Somebody out there did. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. So, like I said, attach a sweet treat or some flowers. All right. Now, we're going to have a little music break. I know. I see you. I'm going to get it. Plus, she was laying in here with her little Reese's toy and it went underneath the bookshelf. So I got to get it. So here we go. By request. Chaos reigns.
What? Y'all don't know. Y'all really don't know. Dogs for life. Let's go. I walk through the fire. I don't feel the heat. I'm the monster under the bed, the shadow in the street. You want order, that's a lie for the weak. I bring the thunder whenever I speak. The crown ain't gold, it's made of thorns and rust. Turn your kingdom to ashes, turn your body to dust. I don't need a throne to sit on the top. When the chaos stops, it don't ever stop. You're playing with a beast that you can't contain. I'm the king of the struggle, the lord of the pain. One look in my eyes, see the storm inside. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Chaos, what? That's the name of the game. Bring that frame up. They all know the name. I'm the king of the dark, king of the light. I don't need the sun, I own the night. Who we be the chaos? Who we be the chaos? Who we be the dogs? Who we be the dogs? Who we be the ones that run through the fall? Yeah. You talk a lot of trash, but your heart is hollow. I'm the leader of the pack, the one they unfollow. I thrive in the wreckage, I live in the mess. Put the world in the chokehold, put the soul to the test. I don't want your money, I don't want your fame. I just want the work to remember the flame. I'm the earthquake shaking the ground. You walk on the nightmare starting when the lights are all gone. See the smoke, that's me breathing. See the crowd, that's them breathing. Chaos is the rhythm, let the beat drop dead. I'm the king of the chaos, Nug said. Yeah.
Sure, yes. Written by Chaos King Preloaded. Produced by yours truly. Got these cute and he gets me squishes. And y'all made Harley mad messing with Thomas. I told him. She said to leave Thomas alone. Is there anything else I'm supposed to tell him? If I get put on punishment over here by Harley Pup, who runs a very strict program over here, I'm cussing everybody out. I'm cussing everybody out. Thank you. I know. I told him. I know. Yes, I told him. Yes, we gonna go outside so you can run it off. I know. I told him. I know they're messing up your listening in the morning. But before you willing to deal with our shit, you got to get you a morning dose of the sound of coffee. Oh, she definitely is. The whole house listen to the sound of coffee in the morning. Yeah, she be into it. Let's not forget this girly pop over here likes Law and Order. And what is that? Fear Thy Neighbor, and there's a couple other true crime ones that just really have her attention. I do my best to stay on her good side. And again, I do not have live access on TikTok until tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow afternoon. I don't know. So if you have Substack, you can join me over on Substack at about 6:30. I'm gonna take my cooking talents over there. So if you want to come over and chill with me over there, I'll do some chicken breast. I think I'm gonna make a nice mushroom gravy, some rice, and some veggies. Play a little music. Maybe do a little salsa. Harley, then Jay said, do you need some more treats? Girl, I'm not taking your treats. She is sitting in front of the treat. I'm not taking your treat. I think that's a yes. Oh, y'all. I don't know. Before we go, I just thought of something. I gotta laugh. Accidentally yesterday, I dry snitched a little bit on Miss Harley Pup. Okay. So I took her outside and I got her food and everything, right? So Chaos comes home and he goes to take her outside. Like she's out in the backyard. She's doing her yes, chicken boobies. She is out doing her thing. So I'm at the door and I'm like, she already been outside. He's like, come in. She ran in the house and just looked at me. And then she sat right outside the office with her paws crossed, looking at me and then looking at him, looking at me and then looking at him like this dry snitching heifer. And I said, I'm sorry. I said, I should have just been quiet and let you have your little extra time outside. Now, mind you, she had been outside 3 times yesterday already. Once in the morning, then we went out because I promised her after yesterday that I would take her out so she could run around, which she did. She went potty, she did all that stuff. Because I was like, okay, she was drinking water like tomorrow wasn't going to come. Then I took her out, brought her in for her dinner. Yeah, but I think because of the controversy, she gave me a little bit of a pass, a little bit of a pass. Plus, I was sneezing earlier today, and at first she jumped and looked at me like I was patient zero for hantavirus. Then she's like, "Wait a minute, I'm gonna make sure this heifer good. I'm make sure she alright, she alright." Yeah, she was she was not happy. Yeah, she turned her back on me for the rest of the night last night. um For those that follow me on TikTok, I don't think y'all have caught on to the series that I have going on. I've been reading different documents that were written around the founding, quote unquote, founding of the United States. Because I don't think enough people know the grievances, justified grievances, that a lot of the founding fathers had with the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, how things were set up. Um, so I've been reading them and putting them out because a lot of the issues that we have today, if we would have listened to them, we wouldn't have these issues. You catch what I'm putting down? And in a lot of these founding documents are solutions to current problems. You catch what I'm putting down? Harley is always plotting as usual. She is. Harley, Harley is innocent. Okay, Inferno. Okay, okay. And I think I found a workaround regarding the Harley is innocent merch. And while we were in the midst of the show, I did get an email back from Spring, so I will answer them. What the? Um, Harley Pup, did you? I promise you, I think this dog not only can tell time, but knows how to program some stuff. Cause why did it just pop up a work focus suggestion? Girl, I can focus on my work. Thank you. She worked my nerves. Oh, and once again, they're blaming the failures of the Secret Service for the attempted Trump assassination. So, I've been told you I don't think the Secret Service like at all. Like at all. I don't need that much. Um, huh, what? Okay. So allegedly, I'm sorry, I'm getting this in real time. I'm reading this in real time. So allegedly, there are some staffers on Capitol Hill um, that are surprised that it's Turtle Patel's alcoholism that's getting so much attention and not Keg's Breath's alcoholism. And Keg's Breath's wife's alcoholism. Well, that's a new. Allegedly. Oh, Mrs. Laws, I think that the Secret Service has been tired of him because, like I said, when the whole White House Correspondents' Dinner thing went down, how all of a sudden is everybody incompetent? Because it's not like they gutted the FBI and this is all newbies. How did everybody become incompetent all of a sudden? Clarence Carter dead at 90. Hold on. I got a lot of notifications popping up right now. Oh, yeah. How did I miss that? Whew. Mr. Master Music himself. Clarence Carter, singer of lust-filled soul hits, dies at 90. In songs like Slip Away and Backdoor Santa, he performed with the fervor of a backwoods preacher and the bawdy humor of a juke joint. I will say there are quite a few of his songs when I was younger that I was singing that I should not. have been singing. I did not know the meaning of said songs. Um, in front of okay. I've been wondering why he's been able to openly drink when he allegedly agreed to stop if he got put in the position because he lied during his confirmation hearing. Uh, the the American people set the precedent for lying and getting away with it, and congressional confirmation hearings with Clarence Thomas. And I'm not saying people didn't lie before then, but the very open, blatant lies and then turning around and just going back to that behavior, like essentially the next day. Yeah, we let it slide with Clarence Thomas. Then we let it slide with Brett Kavanaugh, Gorsuch, Alito, Trump. Like at some point, we gotta, why is Santa going up the poop chute? I mean, Santa was going up the coal flute too. So I mean, yeah. I mean, think about it. A chimney ain't clean. There's some dark matter up there. A chimney will leave you streaky. I mean, is it a stretch that Santa wanted to get a little cheeky? It's going to be a WWE SmackDown between the two alcoholics, Kegs Breath and Turtle Patel, brought to you by Dry Snitching Productions. Lord. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. I mean, the poop shoot. I've been stroking. That's what I've been doing. Been stroking. See, this is why it sucks that I can't be on TikTok right now. You know what? We'll save it for when I pop over to Substack because I don't want to catch a strike over here. With YouTube going, and I can't shut down just YouTube and keep the other streams going because of how this is. Because this is one of those times where I would just end one side and just focus on the other and like play some music and tribute. But we'll save that for when we go over on Substack. I will say, I was in my feelings. The Women's Day is at the church is Sunday, and the base color is white. Anybody in the black church, the base color always white. Can we normalize changing that? Make it like change our base color like the men change their base color. I'm just saying. And I do have some white variants, and I do have a white dress from last year. I have not worn that white dress again for reasons, and I was in my feelings about it. I was talking to my aunt, and she was being very encouraging, and she was like, "Oh, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it." And I should have known. I got to get better with this. Okay. I'm smart, but I'm slow. Y'all catch what I'm putting down? Okay. So my aunt sent me a white outfit. It also now makes sense. Some accessories that my dad sent me. Because I was like, what the hell am I supposed to wear this? Told you I'm smart, but I'm slow. I mean, the poop shoot stretch, yeah. Can it be rainbow colors? I know. Like, I don't put me in charge of a Woman's Day, because baby, we doing an ombre rainbow. We doing an ombre rainbow. Like what? Like why is it? And what gets me is the churches with the most children in it are the biggest sticklers for the white. And it's like, do you not see these crump snatchers running around? Yeah. And we'll want to talk about you if you get something on the white. Ma'am, Miss Mamas, I'm clumsy. And just so y'all know, okay, it's 2 services on Sunday. Do I got some cute heels? Yes. Am I wearing them? No. Putting on my Crocs. Because it's white is the base this year, and then we can pick any pastel color we want. It's June 5th. Nana J. So what pastel color do y'all think I'm a choose? And let's not forget, Mr. Man got me some very deliciously colored pink Crocs with the wonderful gibbets to go on them. Yes. So, yep, definitely, DJ, wearing pink. That's gonna be my accent color. Whew. So yeah. So yeah, if y'all have Substack, also if you're in the Discord, in the Storytime section, I do have new story links in there, but specifically in that section, if you could let me know where else y'all are at, because I think I'm going to move the literacy series to another platform, because we're constantly getting shut down on TikTok for reading and discussing books, which I think is ridiculous. Okay, everybody seems to have a good time when we sit down and do the book thing, and everybody can't 50 Shades of Pink. Ooh, I like that. But I mean, everybody can't afford all of the books, and I'm a book nerd. I have tons of them, and I don't mind reading and sharing. Also, it was suggested, and we're getting close to the point of taking suggestions for the next book and voting on it. But it was suggested because before the 2 books we did Kamala Harris. To do The Lovely One by Ketanji Brown Jackson. This was a gifted book, just for full disclosure. So also in the Discord, in the specifically word story time, so I can keep up with it. If you want this to be the next book we go over, or if you have another suggestion, I will see if I have it. If I don't have it, we'll figure out how to get it. Even if I have to just get it on my Kindle. I think no, I was gonna say I think I have 2 credits left on Kindle, but no, I use those. TikTok don't take kindly to that book learning. Yeah, you're right. Make sure you stock and fill up your snack bag. I will. The closer we get to this date. So yeah, I think that's I wonder. Can't think of the other one, but yeah. So yeah, put that there. And the last portions for now of Diary of a Willing Widow is up. Like I said, the link to that is in the story time. And I say for now because keep in mind it is a fanfic satirical take on Erica Kirk. So until she does something else, I don't really have anything else to put in there. But there is a new story that has begun. The teaser is out. Memoir of the Mistress Wife. What's the date of the conference, DJ? Is that what you want? Hold on. It's June 5th. it's for the whole weekend, but I am specifically the keynote for the 5th. And for me, it's going to be a very unique experience. There will be a meet and greet with specifically me. People do have the ability to purchase online tickets. And there will also be an online virtual meet and greet as well. And there will be a physical meet and greet. So yeah, it's June 5th. It's that whole weekend. So yeah. So there's that. As always, thank you all for tuning in. For those listening in over the radio airwaves at gcpr.live, thank you. Do remember that if you have an Apple device, you can go to the Apple Store and download the GCPR app. Android, you're on the way. You're on the way. We hear you. We see you. We're coming to get you so you can listen too. And remember, with the app, you can listen to all of the original songs that we have to offer, all that jazz. There's songs from myself, from Way to Go, Thomas, Angry. I will, yes, and you get to meet Chaos as well. If you come, don't touch me though. I'm just playing. And I don't. Y'all can ask Chaos. I don't know if he gave permission to play his music on there or not, his song on there or not. So. It's in Orville, Ohio. The home of Smuckers. When I say Orville, people think Orville like Orville Redenbacher. No, it's the home of Smuckers. So thank you. So there's that. Play away. Okay, so also on gcpr.live, you will be able to hear the cool, smooth, raucous theme song of Chaos King Reloaded. Chaos Reigns. Yes, Smuckers the Jelly. Yes, Inferno. So yes, there you have it. I feel like I'm missing something. Because y'all are really good at finding stuff. If you come across the standard, I don't know how my brush just fell, but whatever. The standard inserts for it's called a travel journal. If you can find them, I'm looking for the 3-pack replacement. Please let me know. If you come across it, where they are, because I am getting pretty near to needing to replace the inserts. So, and if you like being able to like carry around a journal, put it in your pocket, or stick it in your purse or your bag, or however you do things, a travel journal is the perfect size. And once again, it's just, these, you can replace them, the inserts. So if y'all see it, but specifically the yes, I know there's just 2 in here, but the 3 would be wunderbar, because I would have less. What is with all the brushes falling out? It's the same brush. I guess the brush doesn't want to be down in there. But yeah, I think that's the size. I don't know. It just says when you're looking at them standard sizes, and all the ones that I've seen only have the 3-pack of either all lined or all unlined or all dotted. I'm looking for like if they have like the 3-pack where it's lined, dotted, and then just blank paper to just put in there. Because if I have 3 slots, then I can journal more. So yes, what is he talking about? Play away, yes. So, like I said, and maybe y'all could sweet talk Chaos into writing a few more ditties, a few more ditty doo-ahs. I need a channel wish list. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, it wouldn't that text me after this, DJ. I feel like isn't that like the one that I have up already? Wouldn't that? I don't know. I don't know. But like if y'all see it, drop it in the Discord, send me a DM with it. Cause like I said, every time I'm looking for something, one of y'all always finds it or knows about it. And it points me in the right direction. So I'm not either wasting money or spending too much. What do they look like? The inserts for the like this. I'll send you a picture. But like this has the lines and this doesn't have the lines, and then there's ones where it's like dotted, like grids and dotted. Like if you could find, like if somebody can, and I know there has to be one where it's just all together. I know that I am very, very hyper focused, so I could be missing it and typing in the wrong things because I get like that. But like I said, each time I ask, I'll like, hey, have you seen this? Do you know about this? And somebody's like, yeah, this is what it's called. You're looking at the wrong thing, or you can find it here. And so, yeah. Oh no, DJ, you're fine. No, I was making sure it's like, is it? I don't like I said, text me, because we might be thinking of two different things. Because like I said, I'm very hyper focused on this because I was looking today, and I've kind of slowed down using this journal because I'm like, I'm about to run out of paper. and don't get me wrong, I still have my other journal, what I call my around the house journal, but yeah, I like to have that one. So thank you for joining. As always, each one teach one, each one reach one. Be sure, be here at misc tomorrow. Porch of no judgment and the tides effect come together. Come together right now. So, till tomorrow or till 6:30 if you come over on Substack and chillax with me. Bye, y'all.